Good morning. This is Gypsy in my bookstore in Tampa. And I'm going to tell you all a little bit about myself. Doing the 25 bookish things about me. Okay, so the first one would be, in 1 month, I've read 34 books. And that was on one of the shortest months of the year because it was leap year. So what was that, 28 days? Read 34 books. Number 2, I have to read in silence. I can't read with music, with the TV on. I get distracted too easily. Or I want to sing when a good song comes on. So I sing instead of read. So I have to read in silence. Number 3, I mostly read anything that has to do with something magic in it. Even if it's subtle and contemporary, I have to read something magical about the book. I got enough reality in life. I want to go delve in completely into the fantasy. For ebooks, do I read ebooks? Yes. Do I pick ebooks over books? Not necessarily, because it doesn't matter the media. The point of reading is you're reading. So it shouldn't matter the media. Yes, I love books and I will always love books. I now have my own bookstore. So I open on a day that I should be closed, and because I love the book so much, I don't care. I want to be open. So yeah, it's all about the reading. As long as you're reading, that's the point. DNF. DNF. Yes, all the time. I get bored. I get distracted. I put down a book to take a break or something, and I'm like, ooh, that looks good. And I just pick it up and I start reading and I forget about the other one. Well, I don't forget about it, but it sits there and I never finish it. And there's hundreds and hundreds of books I have not finished. You're all going to croak when you hear this. Okay, so here's the thing. Outlander. Okay, everybody's read the series, right? Not me. Okay, so I read book 1. And I think book 1 is the ultimate best book that's ever written for me. If you had just one book to read the rest of your life, I would want to read Outlander. So I have not gone past the book 1. I have not gone past the series on television either, past the first season. Because I do not want to know. I don't want to ruin my perfect book. It would be a series then. It's not the perfect book, right? So, okay, I know I'm going to get something out there. I never read the end. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah. I never go to pick up a book and look at the end and see if I want to read something or read it. Never. I like a great ending. I love a great cliffhanger. I never would pick up a book and read the end first. That's crazy. What's the point then? Why read it? Oh, I just found out about BookTube like maybe 2 months ago. Literally. And I've been reading my entire life. I'm 51 years old. I didn't know about it. And I've been on YouTube for a while with my own videos, little short things I do in the car with people. Not much. Just a few videos here and there. So I just found out it and I love it. And what made me go to do this on my own was the very first BookTube I listened to. They were talking about one of my absolute favorite series and how they said it started, and I'm thinking, that's not right. They need to go back and reread that because they're completely wrong on how that began. Her age and what she did and everything like that was not how it started. So I was like, oh no, I gotta fix this. And that's what made me get on the videos. And I don't remember who it was, or I could tell you exactly what they said, but I couldn't tell you who it was because I would like to go back and actually comment or something, maybe, or something, I don't know. Or tell her thank you for, making me do this. I also work at Barnes & Noble. I just kind of inherited this bookstore. I'm going to be purchasing it. But I also was a head cashier, and then I left, and then I came back, and then just a regular cashier. But yeah, I said I would stop with the yeah. I still work at Barnes & Noble. I do their book club for them once a month. Here we go. My own books. I have over 1,000 in my personal library that are at my daughter's right now. So that's where they're at. I collect antique books. I go to estate sales sometimes, and I go for the oldest books that if there's books at the estate sale. I have 4 that has no copyright date, and the oldest one I have is 1834. I even have one completely in German from the 1800s. I can't read it, but it was beautiful, and I bought it. Book before movie? No. Okay, so here's another thing. I don't read the book before movie. I feel if there's a movie out, I'm not going to read the book because it would be, yes, I know it's going to be better. There's no doubt about that. The book is always better. I understand that. But it's 2 hours for that movie, and who knows how long for a book. And there is so many books that doesn't have movies. I'll read those, and I won't ever read if it's in the movie. Or, yeah, if it's in a movie. So that's how I feel about that. I'm on Instagram. My bookstore's on Instagram. I'm on Instagram. I also have when I read, I highlight a lot of things, and I have a quote Instagram that's called the_page_remarks. And I'm under Gypsy M. Holly. I'm on Facebook as well. My bookstore, almost.new.books, and Gypsy M. Holly. And on Goodreads as an author. I'll get to that in a minute. Audio, I have not yet listened to an audio. That's not true. I did a little bit in a car on a road trip with my bestie. And it was something that I'd already read, but I wanted her to hear it, so we downloaded the audio for the book for the road trip. And it was just as good as the second time around. I loved it. But I haven't really, and I need to get into that. I would like to do that like once a month or something. I have to read in order. That's number 15. I have to read in order. I'll pick up a book and it's like, that looks good, but let's check first to see if there's more, because I have to read in order. I can read more than one at a time. I read, got company outside. I'm open. I told you I was open. I read, I can read more than one at a time. I know exactly where I left off. I can read 5 books, pick up a chapter, read a chapter, pick up another book, read another chapter, pick up another book, read another chapter, go back to the first book and know exactly where I left off. It's no big deal. And I could pick up a book years later and know exactly what happened and where I left off. For some reason I retain it. It's my passion. Books are my passion. Reread? No, not really. There's only one full series that I've read twice, and that was Laurel K. Hamilton's Mary Gentry series. I absolutely fell in love with that. I read that before Anita Blake. So that is, I love before Anita Blake because I found her first. So yeah, and I plan on rereading, because I've not finished Throne of Glass series. I've read the 4 books and I want to finish it. So I'm going to go back and reread the first 4 so I know what's going on, because I want to binge read. And I have a habit of binge reading. So I'll download a book, and if I like it enough and there's a second or there's a whole series, I'll download and I'll click at the end of the book, read it, click at the next book, keep going until I'm done. I binge read like crazy. That was 18 and 19. Yeah, okay, so in 9th grade, at the beginning of the year, the first day in 9th grade, I went to the library, checked out a book. And for every single day after that, every single morning, I checked in the book that I checked out the night before and checked out another one. So you can actually go to the library and see every single book, every single day for the 9th grade. I checked out a book every single day and read a book a day. I read all the time. I should have failed. 20. Ooh, that was a number. I just did that one. I wrote that twice. I have to think of something else. I make lists and recommend consistently. I have a list of everything I've read. I make lists of dystopian reads. For Barnes & Noble, I'll make lists because not everybody reads the same thing. And if somebody's not in the store, if I'm not in, I'm not in the store now, but when I wasn't in the store, it's like, oh, well, she has a list up front. Let's go check out the list. And I'll make, for Halloween reads, dystopian reads, book club reads, just whatever I can think of. I'll make lists and make several copies to give out to customers. I love doing that. See, I also have a book club that I do once a month that I've been doing for almost 3 years now. I'm getting ready to start, almost start my 3rd year. And I just pick out a book, and it's not a get-together, because it's, and I have it online. It's called Story Society and Book Club on Facebook, and it's not where we actually meet. It's a suggested book, and we could talk about it online. Nobody really has, but I suggest it still every month, and I try to read it myself. Everybody likes the list, and they buy them, but it's just for, you don't have time, you don't have a date, you don't have pressure, so it's like, here's the book club. You can come in and you can talk to me about it, and we can just talk about it together over coffee or something like that. But it's not, whenever you feel like it, you can go back and reread all the other ones and go back and make comments on it and tell me your favorite quotes. Send me a picture of you in the book, and that's all on, and I just put all of those books as well up on Pinterest, which is also under Gypsy and Holly. Okay, so meet authors. I've met so many authors because I've attended 2 Romantic Times conventions on their Saturday meet authors. The first one was in Orlando, and there was over 300 authors. The second one was in that I went to was in New Orleans, and there was over 700 authors. I had so much fun, and I got to meet so many people. And one of the most beautiful people I met, her picture does her no justice, is Faith Hunter with the Jane Yellow Rock series. Oh, she is so beautiful in person. Just absolutely beautiful person. Loved her. And I met Sarah J. Maas twice. I have her signature in my book twice. Love her before she even got huge back in when I met her in Orlando. So it was awesome. And then age-appropriate books. Okay, so here I think about, I had all parents and teachers and family members and stuff like that always ask, is this age-appropriate for the child? Okay, so I don't believe in that. If the child wants to read it, if it's a younger version than what he is, he's just looking for something like to read. But he is reading. That's the point. He's reading. So give it to him. Let him get it over with. He'll go to something harder when he's ready. If they're wanting something harder and you don't think they'll understand or anything, who cares? Maybe they will. Maybe they'll surprise you. Maybe they'll ask you to help them go through the book with them. They'll learn bigger words quicker. Just give them the book. Don't worry about their age. Let them read whatever they want. The whole point is that they're reading and learning. And if they need a break, we need a break. Don't we need a break? I go for fluff. There's another one. I could take over for the other one. Fluff. I read in between heavier reads, intense and stuff. Regency romance novels. Just that fly through those in like 5 hours. I call them fluff. They're easy reads. Yes, we all need an easy read every now and then. Let the child have what he wants. And I've already said my personality. See, I overdid it, doubled everything. So I believe I got everything 25, and I probably told you a little bit more. So that's my 25 bookish things about me. If you have any questions, or if you want to like, subscribe, do all that stuff that they do down there, that's cool too. I'm trying to look in the right direction. I'm not used to this. I don't know what I'm doing. But that's me, and thanks, and bye!